Okay, we're going to go over how to create a bracket or add a bracket to an existing pool play. Creating a bracket is click on this link right here and you can create a bracket right here. But we're going to add a bracket to existing pool play, which is done the same exact way except you're adding it to a pool play. So here's our pool play right here that we already created. As you can see, there's no bracket information up here with the buttons. So first we're going to click this button right here, add create bracket or brackets. And this section right here talks about what type of bracket you want to make. Is it multiple brackets or just a single bracket? Multiple brackets would be used for, say you have a tournament with 16 teams or something like that, and you want the top 8 teams to go to a gold bracket and the bottom 8 teams to go to a silver bracket. You'd make multiple brackets. In this case, we're only going to just make a single bracket with 4 teams because that's how many teams we have in our tournament. I'm going to select double elimination, which usually I wouldn't do for a pool play, but we're going to select that to show you how the bracket works when teams win or lose and stuff like that. And my game duration, I'm going to set to 90 minutes, and I'm going to validate the schedule. We talked about the importance of validating the schedule when creating a pool play. It's the same exact way at brackets, and you can find out the importance of that by listening to that video here. So I'm going to save the bracket. Now right now the bracket is not actually created. It says create bracket. If you go back to the main menu here, or the bracket itself, you're going to see that there are no game numbers here. It's just G number. That's what the game numbers actually would be, and that's where you would click to add the information. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit create bracket this time. And as you can see, there's a little note up here. A bracket always can be deleted and re-added to and whatnot. So right here, this is our bracket right here. Now notice there's seeds up here, number 1 seed, number 4 seed. If we go back here, we had a choice to do not show seeds. If I select that, the seeds would not display at all, and that means that this would say nothing at all. Now, to fill the bracket, I'll click these little numbers right here, which are the game numbers. As you can see, this is the bracket again, and the game numbers. And this is the list of teams, and so on and so forth for the bracket. This section actually right here, where it says number 1 seed or use your own, not used for team names. In other words, I'm not going to put the team, my name, my team right here. I'm going to instead, go like this. I'm going to add something in here. Number 1 seed or A or something like that. Okay, and what this really does, this is going to overwrite the number 1 seed in the bracket. See, it says seed number 1A instead of number 4 seed. Now, if you fill those in, it's going to display this message regardless whether you say display seeds or not. And the reason for this is if you want to say something different here, say you want to overwrite with your seeding for starters, or say you're doing pools, you'd have pool A and pool B, and you want the number 1 seed of A to play the number 4 seed of B or something like that. That's the reason why you do that. Now you can fill your bracket in by selecting the teams right here, or you could auto fill your bracket in. One thing to note, if you have multiple brackets, you can't autofill the multiple brackets because, well, it would be a giant mess for starters. But autofilling the brackets right here actually will bring the pool play standards up right here. And if this is the order you like, great, we're going to use that order. If you don't like the order, you could just fill your own order in right here like this, and for whatever reason, and hit reorder teams. And you'll see now it'd be a little different here. Even though team 3 finished second, this is how their teams in the bracket would be now. So I'll just reset. And now I'm going to say bracket right here. And now you see that everything's filled out. One thing to notice, now you have the seed numbers of the teams, how they finished. That also, if you selected do not show seeds, if I'm just going to show you what would happen there, that would actually take those away as well. Now, also, if you have pools, like again, pool A or group A, group B, you'd have more than one number one seed. You have a number one seed for each pool you have in the bracket there. Now, this is just like the pool play games. If you want to select a game date, a location, select the time, and whatnot, you can just do that, and that will do that. This is a little game note here if you want. As you can see, there'll be a little note there in the bracket right there, whatever reason you want that. So one thing about the brackets is, once you put a score in, the teams will go where they need to go in the bracket. So I just did one game, and you're going to see that team 4 won, they advanced here, and team number 1, they go down here to the loser bracket. Also keep in mind, if you do not select seed, these are always going to show right here, just to show where people go. So that's pretty much the gist of the brackets right there. That's how that works there. And, it's a very simple program. Everything's going to move where it needs to go. Now, for some reason, if you don't like where teams are in that loser bracket, if you notice right here, if I go game number 3, this is game number 3. Right here, there is nothing in the drop-down list anymore. They don't work. They're only going to work for where you actually fill the teams in. But if you hit turn system override on, what that does is now you can select what team you want in the loser bracket. Say you don't like where the team goes in the loser bracket, and you want to move the team to somewhere else. That's how you would do that. Okay, so that's how you create a bracket. And also, creating the bracket, you can see that the pool play and the bracket, you can go back and forth in the same tournament like that. You'd never want to create a bracket separate from a pool play, because now you're going to have to send your users to 2 different URLs where everything here is combined, just like that. And if you had multiple brackets, there'd be links up here saying silver bracket, gold bracket, or whatever you name the bracket for that matter. Okay, so that concludes the lesson of how to add a bracket.